Just wait for some people to come in before I start. Just plug in. Some new bits for you. Still on the same subject. And I'm still rolling with it because I think some of us should. I know Q's back, so I don't need to know that Q's back because I know I've looked at the posts and stuff, but you know, I'm still on the subject I'm on at the minute. And someone said, oh, I thought you said I was going to take over. I wonder who came up with the plan of Q, you know. Anyway. So before anyone does say that, yes, I know Q is back. We knew he'd be back this week. I did think Friday, but he's come back quicker. So for all the ones that were like, oh my God, he's disappeared, you'll be happy now that he's back. So that's good. Anyway, me and my dad have been researching yet again, even though I said it was good. We both said we were going to have a day off, and we didn't. So we're still at it. Someone say hi because I can't see chat. So let me get myself together for this one. I've got a few pictures to show, but obviously I'm not a professional. Hi! You might like this one. I'm not a professional, so I have to show the pictures on my phone, which are hard to see, but, you know, you can research these and, you know, it's just me here doing this on my Todd. So I don't have all the equipment like some other channels have, you know. I don't have that, so I'm just trying to get this out so people can go and research. So, still on the JFK Jr. thing, but what we've found out today is... I'm going to show you a picture. A lot of people have been trying to put, you know, faces together. All of these pictures of... I won't even say Vincent Fusca. I'll say the guy who sells Trump merchandise at the Trump rallies. And the one who is at the Trump rally in the background behind POTUS... you know, with his card. And I've gone into all that, so I'm not going into that again. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to go and watch all my other videos about it. Now, this picture was off Twitter. Someone's put it together and it's great. So let me see if I can get the picture up. It's going to be hard to see because it's on my phone, but I can't remember who put it on, but you might find it if you're on Twitter. But there's a picture and the words are going to be back to front, but I hope you can see. It's just, this is where he was stood, and these are just people taking pictures, trying to match pictures up, and other people involved. And there's a picture here of, it says red hats, because the guy who was at the rally in one picture does have a red scarf around his head at somewhere, and that references JFK Jr. because there's a picture with Caroline ages ago, obviously when he was still alive, I know, with a red scarf on his head. So that's another thing. Also, there is a picture, yeah, I'll enlarge it a little bit. The picture of the red scarf, you probably won't be able to see this. The guy who's at the rally has been wearing a red scarf around his hat, and there is a really, really old picture, I know you can't see it, of JFK Jr. and Caroline, and he's got a red scarf on. Also on this picture, it's a saying, I wonder if he had a daughter or a son, because she was supposed to be pregnant at the time they had the crash. Now, there is somebody who is in the audience. I know these pictures are bad, but they are on Twitter somewhere. We don't know if it's a girl was dressed as a boy at one point. You know, it's all about, remember this, it's all about disguise. And maybe the Ruby stands for the daughter, but we do know the cat was called Ruby, and it also signals Jack Ruby as well, to do with his father's death, which I'm not going into because I've done a video on it. Also on this picture, which is the most important we're going to talk about tonight, is, oh, and someone is putting the hands, matching up with the hands with this picture that was going out with him. And look at those glasses, guys, because I've got something to say about them in a minute. The hands, and they do match up. And they were very hard to find pictures of hands. If you're Googling and researching, some people aren't researching, they're waiting for people to say, we've been researching. Now, if you're American, maybe way back or whatever, you might know about this clown. I don't, I'm not American, but he was called Emmett the Clown. And does he look like somebody? Is somebody trying to look a bit like that clown in a suit and a fedora hat? Could it be Could it be the guy that was in the back, you know, at the Trump rally that some people are calling Vincent Fusca, but the guy in the 2017 rally? Well, let people laugh because the truth will come out in the end, and we'll see. And if it isn't true, you know, at least we had a good time researching. But there's too many things that are adding up, and here we go now. So remember that. Now I've got another picture talking about glasses because this guy wears glasses. Seeing this picture, and someone has put this on this picture, which made me think this morning, glasses. I need to find a picture of glasses. So someone did put up, I know you can't see it, the guy that was at the rally in 2017 with these glasses on, and his, I was going to say, and his father, and JFK with glasses on when he was reading. So it made me want to go and search the internet, thinking, right, glasses, let's check out the glasses. He's pointing to it because the guy in the film from 2016, the little clip where he stood with the Trump van, has got totally different shaped glasses on. The guy at the 2017 rally that was in the background that we believe to be JFK Jr. and Caroline on the other side has these glasses on, these shaped glasses. And I've got some of my own actually, so I'm going to show, well, they're not mine, but so let me find the picture that I put together today. Now, his dad's glasses looked like this, right? They were like tortoiseshell, I think, that shape. You see with the little bits of metal on the side, and I'll prove that in a minute because I've got something here that I found. And they were actually, you know, put in a, you know, like a box thing on the wall or whatever, and it says, I can't really read it, but saying it, the Kennedy, you know, real Kennedy glasses. Now, you might not be able to see this properly, thank you, but there's a picture of JFK, and then the guy we're supposing to be, JFK Jr., at the rally, people, at the rally in 2017 in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania. Who's been shouting Pennsylvania out? Was POTUS doing a speech the other day at the White House? How many times did he shout out Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania? You know what's going on in Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania. If you watch it all the way through, he shouted Pennsylvania out. I don't know how many times. Hi from Texas. How many times? Because to me, Pennsylvania is the keystone. And this guy who was there, and the ones who were saying were Vincent Fuscus, his story about the report, hi, live in Pennsylvania, his report that he did, coming from Pennsylvania, going to the rally where he lost his Trumpmobile on the 18th, you know, all that, I've done the video for it. He was holding a card up saying Pennsylvania, the movement will go on. I don't know if anyone gets what I'm saying. Hi from Leeds. But I don't know if you can see, but they are the same sort of glasses. I know this is a really bad picture that he's got on here and his father's got on. Well, I'm saying it's his father because I'm saying that's JFK Jr. Let me see if I found any other pictures. And here is those glasses. Well, there was some on a picture that looked black. I've noticed another picture that I didn't take a picture of another pair of glasses that looked like reading glasses that were black. But we're saying, here it is, right? This picture, I don't know if you can see, where he stood against the wall, they do look black. But this picture was at the, this picture that was at the rally, which you can't see properly, they do look brown, they do look tortoiseshell, you know what I mean? And they do look like those sort of glasses they wore in them days. So I remembered that my mum's mum gave me a pair of glasses. They're so tiny, she must have been a little lady. And I'm going to prove a point here because the glasses in there, they were shaped like this sort of shape in them days. But these are ladies' ones, obviously, with the bits of metal on the side, and JFK's had metal on the side, and the ones he looked like he had on in the rally looked like that. So when I put these on, these are tiny. I can't see. You know, they do make you look a bit different when you've got glasses on, but look at these fancy things. Oh, they're tiny. But I was saying to my dad, the picture of his eyes, if anyone's seen that picture where he stood up against the wall with his little handkerchief in with the stars in, if everyone knows what I'm going on about, they look like, I don't know, like bifocals or something. They make his eyes look a little bit different. So that's a bit of a good disguise. But yeah, they were shaped a bit like this, but they went out a little bit more. Thanks. Well, I just found them, you know. My mum's glasses, they're about the days of you know, Kennedy. So then we go into, it starts getting good now, people. Then we go into, so don't forget, I showed you the picture of Emmett the clown from America. And I'll just show that again because if this isn't signalling, I don't know what is, people, because, let me see. Just show it you again so you can see. Yeah, that's what I mean. They were popular in the day, them glasses. The clown, it's not a very big picture, but see this clown, I'll just show you this again. See the clown, Emmett the clown, from way back then. The way he's dressed and everything, he's got a suit on, he's got a suit on. Fedora hat, and his glasses. Is that not like pointing to something? Yeah, JFK wore American optical glasses. So remember the clown, because now I'm going to go into Q post 354. So just let me find it. My dad's on here. My dad's been helping today. Yeah, well, we know we have troubles with notifications. I do on other people's channels. It's, you know, they're playing the thing. Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. Yep. And there's definitely something going on in, well, we knew something was going on in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Weary Willie. So Weary Willie was, I think it was the clown, the guy who first came up with the clown it was called Weary Willie. Some people might know this, I don't know. So the next thing we're going to go into is post 345. So you can go and find post 345, but I'm going to read it out so I'm not looking at chat, but thank you. Near the end of 345, it says at the bottom, I know it's back to front, down here, it says another hint, right? Another hint. And it's got some names and it says, if I can read them out, Ian Cameron, McKinsey and Company, Clowns in America, Dr. Emmett J. Rice, Federal Reserve, everyone is connected. How about a nice game of chess? Q. Then my dad sent me something that I'm going to read out, so it'll explain a bit more. See if I can get it, if I can see it. It's hard for me to read on a phone, but I've got good eyes. So listen to this one. Joining some dots reference Q post 354, which I've just read out. Everything is connected. And these are the names that are in that post. Susan Rice, former US National Security Advisor, married to Ian Cameron. Oh, it's gone off. ABC TV producer, MSM. Her father, Emmett J. Rice, former. Governor of Federal Reserve, Emmett Kelly Jr., son of Emmett Kelly, famous clown in America, the one I've just shown you a picture of, which used to be called Weary Willie, once rubbed noses with her. And I'll read that out in a minute. Jackie and Caroline Kennedy once rubbed noses with her. Jackie and Caroline Kennedy in front of John. You can read the article. I'm going to read, sorry, that's my dad telling me what to do there, and I'm just reading it out. Susan Rice used to work for McKinsey and Company, global management firm. Company slogan, logo, we have a long history of helping clients, and it's called Reinvent Themselves. Everything is connected. Q. Boom. Because let me find they have a company. I know you can't, it's back to front, but no, you can't even see it. Reinvention, a short film. This was their company anyway. We help our clients reinvent themselves. To do that, we constantly reinvent our firm too. Reinventing ourselves. Do you think JFK Jr. might have reinvented himself? So that was that. Hello. And then the next bit is I'm going to read out, because the clown was mentioned in that again, is the, let me find it. The bit about the Kennedys and the clown Emmett. Emmett Kelly Jr., which was also the picture that I showed you at the beginning. Just let me see if I can find it. Is someone is mentioning the clown here, and then it says, I know it's back to front, it says Emmett Kelly Jr. Up here. So this is the bit I'm going to read out. And if you're wondering how me and my dad know, we've just been researching on the internet, just linking the dots and things and Q posts to stuff. So let me read it out. This is really cute. Wait till you listen to this if you've not heard it before. Right. Only Emmett Kelly Jr., the sad clown who made millions of people laugh, can say he rubbed noses with the late Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis and mean it. It was 4 decades ago Kelly was portraying the Weary Willie Tramp Clown, a character created by his legendary father, Emmett Sr. The son's popularity skyrocketed when he was hired by Eastman Kodak to perform at the 1964 World's Fair in New York. The former First Lady's children, Caroline and John, asked to meet the clown, whose likeness stood 30 feet tall on the Kodak Tower. As Kelly rubbed noses with Caroline, some of his red greasy paint gave the youngster a red nose. She jumped up and said, "Mummy, Mummy, Emmett rubbed my nose," Kelly said. Jackie is sitting there with the World's Fair police and 5 Secret Service guys around her. She looks at Caroline and breaks out laughing. I didn't know what to do, so looks at me. So I just bent down and rubbed her nose with mine. She got a kick out of that, meaning he did that, and because Caroline got a bit like scared and excited at the same time, he didn't know what to do, so he bent down and rubbed Jackie's nose as well. So cute, so cute. So that was that bit, and then the other bit we've got, which are just maybe putting a few things together, is you know, in the Q post, you just get little snippets of things. It's not always the same thing in the post. We've got new Q posts. One of them, 1688, says, "Push for rebirth." Just saying. And another one says, 1682, I'll look in chat in a minute, says, "Who has it all? Topics stated in past. Future, big. Meaning, repeats, important. Think Twitter. Those awake see, those asleep blind." I mean, that to me is sort of saying, you know, who has it all? Could JFK Jr. have it all? We know Q has it all, but who thought of Q? This is what I'm thinking. I'll say that again. Who has it all? Topics stated in past. Because if you look back at the Q polls, people, and do a bit of mooching about and adding up, there's a lot of talk about the Kennedys and JFK Jr. Future, big, meaning. Does our future soon have a big meaning? Is something about to come out? You'll have to wait. Repeats, important. Well, I've been repeating myself about this, you know, the JFK Jr. thing. Think Twitter. There's a lot of things going on Twitter that I've seen. Those awake see, those asleep blind. And that's that. And I would like to mention, I was on Twitter today and I see all this sort of stuff, but I've also seen Tom Hanks's Twitter and was like, what is that all about? You go through it and he's just got shoes on it saying, oh, a kid's shoe, a kid's hat, a kid's shoe. Hollywood's going bonkers at the minute, people. The Trump team the Trump team pray in memory of the Kennedy. Frequently in the White House, they do the prayer. I have read that out in one of my videos a little bit back. Well, I think JFK Jr. is on Twitter, and I'm not going to tell you I think he is. You need to go and work it out. And if it's the one I'm thinking it is, I text him the other day and I got a like back because I said something about R. So I don't know. I'm just saying it's a bit of fun, you know. But also, before I get into chat, is I would like you to go over when you've come off here and go and listen to Pink the singer, whether you like her or not. And I want you to, yeah, I just saw that today. I want you to go and listen to the lyrics, put the song up, but get it with the lyrics on because you don't need to just listen to it. You need to actually read it because that says everything. What about us? You need to listen to Pink and What About Us. Let me see. Yeah, Churchill, Pennsylvania, home of Vincent Fusca. POTUS sat in Churchill's chair. That's what we said the other day. When Trump came to the UK to see the Queen over here, he sat in Churchill's chair. It was signalling that he is now in charge of the Queen, thank God. And Churchill was mentioned in, if anyone's seen my videos from before, when we're talking about Vincent Fusca, which his name means conquering dark. Hello, Q said dark to light. Thank you. He came from Pennsylvania. He came from his home in Pennsylvania, Churchill. And, you know, couldn't remember where he parked his car on the 18th Avenue and the 18th Street, and he went on the corner of the 18th, blah, 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 and all that. I've said it in different posts, and that name, Pennsylvania, was mentioned. There also are pictures of him on Google, if you go and check it out, where he's holding a board up saying, "Good luck, Trump. The movement will go on, Pennsylvania." The name, numerology for Pennsylvania is number 8. 8 is resurrection in the Bible. So the proof is going to drop. Yeah, I do think it is. And Trump did a speech from the White House, and it was brilliant, where he was going on about, where he was going on about bring farmers back again and all this, and it was great. The one where he does bring farmers back again, and he was looking at all Americans' new, you know, things that they want to bring out, and he was talking about bringing jobs back, more jobs to blacks, Hispanics and Asians than it's ever been, which is brilliant. That speech, you need to watch all of it. I went to bed the other night and thought, oh my God. He mentions Pennsylvania at the beginning, he mentions Pennsylvania in the middle, and he mentions Pennsylvania, what's going on in Pennsylvania at the end. So what is going on at Pennsylvania, or who lives in Pennsylvania, or who was advertising Pennsylvania? That's what I think. There's a lot of stuff going on about Vincent Fusca, like, oh, I know Vincent Fusca, oh, he's my neighbour. Whatever. I've just read something out about new identities. Or, I've said this before, even if the guy in the video of the clip of the one with the Trump van isn't him, but it's sort of made to look like him, the guy in the background in 2017 Trump rally in Youngstown, to just confuse a bit, it doesn't even matter. We're looking at the Trumpmobile with, what did we see on the Trumpmobile? 5 red stars on the side, 5. 5 red stars on the front of the bonnet, that comes up, not all of it, 5. 5 to 5. Caroline in the background, who we believe to be Caroline, was holding up this, like this, which also means 55 for, I can't remember what the meaning of 55 was now. Was it I can't remember. Also, the biggest thing, oh, my dad noticed there were 17 stars on the back of the van, just in the black windows, and it was only the white stars, because that's what you have to look at once you can see stuff with different new eyes. You see it all over. Then we go to the number plate, because everyone keeps going, you know about the number plate. I have already done the number plate breakdown. It basically says in numerology, resurrection of JFK Jr. this year, because he's 58, he would be 58 this year. Resurrection of JFK Jr. 2018, and Q validated it. And the other thing you've got to remember as well is that someone said on a certain channel that I watch in comments, oh, I thought you said, you know, R's going to take over, or are this or are that. At the end of the day, has Q put out, if we were all being misled, he would come on and say, be careful who you follow, or he's not said anything yet about nothing not being true, if you know what I mean. So, you know, think about it. Because at the end of the day, nothing's been said that it isn't. We're all doing the research about it. Nothing has been said. The biggest thing is, guys, what you've got to think about, even if it's not this, he is referring back to JFK, right? and his assassination. We all know Trump has got the files to it and can drop it at any minute about that story because it's how mainstream media were involved. And like, even if JFK Jr. was dead, mainstream media got involved in that to cover it up because it was most likely, it would most likely be a murder, wouldn't it? But if you go back in the Q post, there's a lot of JF Kennedy and JF Kennedy Jr. You know, little drops in there. So that's what you've got to think about. Who was friends with JFK Jr.? Good friends with JFK Jr. Was it Trump? Q's involved with Trump's. Don't you think he would be involved with? Don't you think JFK Jr., if you go and look back at their family, because I was watching a documentary, I didn't watch all of it, because someone on another channel that I watched was like, they didn't understand what I was saying. Yeah, it's weird. And it's like, the documentary said his family were known as the Kennedy, they had a Kennedy curse, and it was a lot to do with Nazis, by the way. He realised there was a lot of Nazis about and this, that, and the other. You have to watch the documentary, I'm not explaining all that. There was the Kennedy curse because a lot of them got assassinated, especially the ones that tried to get into, you know, like Ted and all that, the ones who tried to get into the politics arena. We all know what happens there. If you don't, you need to go and research. So do you not think JFK Jr. would have grown up knowing his dad was assassinated because his mum didn't believe, you know, the story behind it, and then who she married and that they would know, and he'd have brought up knowing all that, that he'd probably end up getting killed at a certain age, or if he went to go to run for Senate or the political arena, which he was about to step into because everybody loved him, like his father, that he would get assassinated and knew that that's probably what they were going to do. So what better way than to fake your death and start the plan with the most person you trusted, which is in a Q drop, which I read the other day, which is, to me, connecting the dots. Who thought of Q? Who brought someone in? It said they brought someone in who they could trust, which to me sounds like POTUS. Q is not just one person. People are saying, oh, Q post 186, silence is golden song. Silence is golden, but my eyes still see. Talking is cheap, people follow like sheep. People follow like sheep. You need to go and listen to Silence is Golden song, because I think that was quoted. That was actually in one of the Q drops. Yeah, sorry, Dad. Yeah, that was in the Q drop. I have to sleep again. 1682. So yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly. JFK Jr. was not stupid. You're not going to be like, he's not going to have grown up in his family thinking, hang on a minute, half my family have been killed off and this bit weird, I think they might try it with me, especially if I end up trying to run for Senate, which I think he believed he was going to do. But he had a plane crash in 1999, and then guess who took over in 2000? She who thought she'd never lose, Hillary Clinton. Yes, the plan has took that long because it's massive, and of all the things that we're finding out of how they've done it, now they're trying to connect things, it would take a long time to put together, to get the witch, everything in place. And like I said, those videos, the Trump rally last year in 2017 with who I believe to be JFK Jr. and his wife and maybe his daughter and some other people there that we probably weren't looking at, that was set up then for now. So they can't go after him and look for him at any other rallies, because they ain't going to be at any other rallies unless, you know, it all drops soon and, you know, they're going after the baddies and that. It won't really matter. But that's why it was set up then. The Vincent film, whoever Vincent Fusker is with the Trumpmobile, but I'm saying the Trumpmobile is the most important thing, and the report of the Trumpmobile, where it was parked, this, that, and the other, and the Pennsylvania thing, that was, he had top on, that was 2016. Then the rally took 19 years exactly. The rally in 2017, where they're in the background, and the two guys at the side, they look like security guards, because one is just stood there going, he's looking around, and then he's like, you can see him. That's for the safety, because they wouldn't have known then. They wouldn't, even if they fought for a couple of years, they might have known, obviously, if he didn't really die and they weren't bringing real bodies out, they would have known maybe he's about, but they wouldn't have never heard from him for 19 years. So maybe they thought they were safe, but they might have always been on the lookout. But He is safe now because he did that in 2017. They weren't expecting that. They were not looking for him. So he's not going to be in any other rallies now because obviously they know. And me and my dad think the reason why they know is that I said the other day is because, let me see if I've got the picture. Don't know if I took the picture. No, I didn't. I took a picture of JFK Jr. on a bike. Now, if anyone knows and you go and research, JFK Jr. was quite sporty. He liked to ride bikes everywhere. And I had a great picture of him on a mountain bike or whatever it was, driving, going down the street. And that's what he liked. Now, a few days ago in the news, it said that, if I get this right, George Bush Sr.'s heart doctor or something was shot on it wasn't even a drive-by shooting, it was a bike-by shooting because he was on his bicycle and the person who shot him was on their bicycle. Now, if that's not them signalling, that they're signalling out there, because we know how they signal, we wouldn't normally see it, to that, because JFK Jr. used to ride bicycles everywhere. So I think they know now, and I think they might be pooing themselves because they don't know what's going to come out. Well, they do. They do know what's going to come out. George Bush Jr. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. George Bush Jr. George Bush Sr. connection with, JFK assassination. And then you've got George Bush Jr. What's he involved with? Well, work that one out. And also I said there was a picture, I can't remember if I've retook it or not, of the documentary, which one? Which documentary? Do you mean the JFK one or the JFK Jr. one? I can't remember which one I was watching. I don't know if my dad knows. Yeah, they're all evil. So let me see if I took a picture. No, I didn't. But Q, the Plan to Save the World video is narrated. Yes, well, Q, the Plan to Save the World, I think is narrated by JFK Jr. Because the guy who first put the film out, who's actually on Twitter, people, is called, it was called Joe Masspose. And when you add them numbers up with numerology, the name, it adds up to 38. JFK Jr. was 38 when he supposedly died. And then that got taken down, I think. It's not, that film's up there, but I watch it under someone called The Storm Is Upon Us. The Storm. And that's the one that's on Twitter, which actually says Joe Maz, I think. Work that one out. And if you actually look at the film, you will see certain things in it. There's numbers at the beginning on the floor in a crime scene that adds up to and there's a few other bits, and there's references to JFK Jr. and his father. Yeah, Qanon is really good as well. There's loads of other people doing videos and it's brilliant because at the end of the day, if you were going to put a plan together to help America, get revenge back on your father, and also help the world at the same time because it's corrupt everywhere. Yeah, with Illuminati's, exactly. What better way to fake your death? Put it all into plan. That's why you'd need about 19 years. Bring someone in who knows about legal things, legal matters, who knows about steel, who's got a great business mind, POTUS. Bring them on who you were great friends with as well, and know who's like got Christian values and beliefs and family values. And some people might think he's this, that, and the other, but he's a good man at the end of the day. They both were. That's why they hated the Kennedys. Evil doesn't like good. Kennedys might have had different things going on behind the scenes. Who cares? They were good people at heart, though. America loved them. So if he comes back, what would they be scared of? If he went, just say, let's think outside the box and expand our thinking. If he came back, which I believe he's going to, and he ended up running for Senate in the end, America are going to love it, and they'll hate that, even though they're all going down anyway. But, that's when the world gets flipped upside the right way around instead of being upside down at the minute. JFK knew about ET. Q says we're supposed to be getting a lot exposed to us because we need the truth. Because if JFK Jr. is back and he comes back with a bang, You know, we're all going to want to know about everything. So we do need, and I believe, this is just what I believe, you know, if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. Is if we're talking about JFK Jr. and no one's on certain channels are going aren't talking about it yet, or some people still don't believe it, I think it's just getting out there, because even if we look crazy, because if it's in our heads that maybe he's alive and maybe at some point we might see him sooner or later, I don't know. People are saying November because his birthday's in November. He will be 58 in November, which is around, you know, November, where you're supposed to be having a military parade, which will be brilliant. I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? It's getting it around the world. You know, the more we talk about it, it's, you know, especially on YouTube, it's going to get out like Q got out. And people are going to have it in the head. So if it does come out from somewhere, at least we're not going to go and have a breakdown and think, we didn't know about this, we didn't know about this. Where has this just come from? Well, you did know about it because some of us have been talking about it. Even if you don't believe it and you're just thinking, well, I don't know, you know, I don't think there's a lot of proof, but yeah, maybe, then at least it's out there. Yeah, everything come out. The things about the greys, whatever that is, getting dry lips now. Whatever, we just need to know the truth. I do believe we won't have 100%, I don't think, because I don't know. I guess we'll see, but um, great theory that killing if Bush doc. Well, that was in the news about the Bush doc, and we know that the elites, these people, the evil ones, they signal things out there. So JFK Jr. has been signaling back, and so was POTUS the other day with the Pennsylvania thing. Um, yeah, greys are soul collectors. I have heard that before. I might come and do a chat about that, just on that sort of stuff for fun, if anyone wants to have a chat on that. Maybe tomorrow, I'll see. But the thing is, they signal with numbers and signs. Q said the symbolism will be the downfall. That's how they do it. So normal people, normal sheep watching the TV wouldn't see it. But if they've said that about a bicycle, is that another coincidence? They shot him when he was on a bicycle, and the drive-by shooter one was on his bicycle. And JFK Jr. Really used to love bicycles. So that's like saying we know about the JFK Jr. thing, so they're all going a bit mad now. Hollywood are flapping now. So all these stories out. Like I said, Tom Hanks on Twitter. What is that all about? Well, I know what it's about, but you know, it's getting a bit. Do you mean the Palladians is on the Palladians is on the Q map? It's at the bottom. I said this to my dad the other day. It says breadcrumbs, Palladian guidance, and then it says freedom. And then it says, remember, nothing is random. Everything has meaning. How many times has Q said that? There's lots of other things on here. Dracos and all sorts of things on this big map. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't need people going, oh, Q's back. I thought you said this about Q. I thought you said Q's. If Q is a group of people, do you not for 1 minute think that JFK Jr. might be in that group of people with his wife as well? Maybe the white hats are getting played in again. Well, I guess, you know, it's exciting times. That's what everyone's been saying. It's exciting times to live in. All we want to know, basically, doesn't matter if all this ends up not to be true, but I do believe whatever, POTUS will be bringing out the fact that he has got the files about the Kennedy assassination, and that will be coming out about all the files and all that. We know that. Yeah, John used to lead the press a merry chase around New York on his bicycle. That's what he used to do. So, a bit of a coincidence, but nothing is a coincidence and nothing is random. So, yeah, you know, all we want at the end of the day, you know, whether this is true or not, all we want, all Q is there for, question everything and research. We just want the truth. Like I said, we can't grow, we can't move on if we don't know the truth about everything, good and bad. I'm sorry, people. She does look like it is Caroline. I'm telling you, I've done videos back on it. It's Caroline. When you look at the pictures, when you actually research, go through a lot of stuff on Google and that. But, you know, at the end of the day, we just want the truth. But you've got to remember, for some of you, might just be getting on Q, there's a really lot of horrible things Hanks being out as a pedo. Well, we know about Hollywood, and that's why you've got to be prepared, because there's a lot of things you're going to find out about, especially if you're new to especially if you're new to Q, because there's a lot of horrible things, heartbreaking things, and I think there's a lot of stuff maybe they won't tell us because it's too. I mean, I know some of it we've been sort of told what it might be, and it isn't nice. And there's some brilliant stuff as well. So you've got to be prepared. You know, you're going to be a bit angry, but you've got to be prepared for it. And that's what I'm saying. We need to know truth, whether it's good and bad. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to know about the bad stuff. Well, I'm sorry. You should know about the bad stuff. If you don't know about the bad stuff, how can you help? You know, we're helping now. It's all getting out. But how you can't turn a blind eye like some people have because they don't want to know because it's awful. No, you need to know. Doesn't mean you have to watch something if something comes out, but you need to know because you can't turn a blind eye to it. That's how it's happened in the past, people turning blind eyes, this, that and the other, and not caring enough. It's about our children and our children's children and children's children, next generations to come. It's about the children. This is why the plan has been put together, and it's a global thing that's happening, but it's for the future. And that's what I think. So me and my dad, this bit today, we've been researching all day. I've got a sty in my eye, which is brilliant because I've just been researching every day when I should be doing other things. But I've just been researching. So, you know, Trump or anyone, if you're listening. Because they say they watch us, you know, JFK Jr. I want a ticket to the Trump Towers. I do. Yeah, Apple pulled up the app due to MSN complaining to them. It is bad. Yeah. It's all these mad things, but he said buckle up and watch the show, you know, get your popcorn in because Hollywood are going bonkers. Hollywood are going bonkers. And you've got to remember there's some people going on about certain stuff about abuse when actually you think you believe in, but actually they're in on it as well. And that's why they said you've got to be something on teeth now. You've got to be careful because a lot of people who you thought were good and you've looked up to as actors and singers, sports people and all that are involved in it as well, and they've been not doing nice things. Thank you. That's why you shouldn't look up and make someone an idol, a big, massive idol, because some people are going to be heartbroken when they find out who's been involved. I do know, though, that Mel Gibson is a good guy, and I always knew he was a good guy, and Clint Eastwood. And there's many others. Don't forget, some people have been blackmailed and stuff, and it's not really been their fault, but because this thing's big, you know, they've been told to shut up or they've, you know, something's happened. So, a bit like Michael Jackson. I was saying that yesterday, loved Michael Jackson, but you never know. But yeah, those celebs who make commercials, 20 million club must make sacrifices. Exactly. So that's what I mean about people who are not really onto Q and don't know a lot about it. If it's nasty people, it's evil. We've been living in a Luciferian world, and I believe this is the time it's got to, you know, it's got to change now, dark to light. So we get more of a heaven on earth. We haven't been living on heaven on earth. We've been living in Luciferian world. It's time for heaven on earth and the truth to come out. So I don't know what. Yeah, my dad said I can't say it. The biggest one who sold you out is George Clooney, ladies. So you know, got to be careful. Love yourself and love your family. Never mind other big stars. Not when we don't really know about these people. End of days, Saturn day. Well, I've heard about the blood moon. Oh, it's this week and I keep forgetting. On Friday, I've heard about all the planetary thing where things have got to change. So if it changes for the good, which it is doing, and the world's waking up in the Great Awakening, 11, we know what that means as well. That we've all got to come together in consciousness to help it be heaven on earth. That's what I believe anyway. That's how I see it because I'm a bit spiritual and follow other YouTubers. I think my dad thinks I'm a bit batty sometimes, but that's what I think. Forrest Hump, never would have. That's what I mean. There's people you're going to look at and you'd think they're genuinely nice. Oh, you'd never think that. And that's why some people, I think, may still not believe it when it comes out. They're just going to go, no, because you're looking at someone through a mirror and seeing something, but really, the reflection is not good. You're just looking at what someone's portrayed in the media. Behind closed doors, we don't know what they've been doing, but actually we do know what they've been doing. You don't know. It's like when people, thank you. It's like when people put things up on Facebook. Right. Everyone's there, Instagram, taking happy pictures and all that. Oh, yeah, look at me and my family, my kids, aren't we great? Oh, look at all the money we've got, blah, blah, blah. Like the stars do. Behind closed doors, they're probably hating the husband or, they haven't really got all that money. They just, you know what I mean? It's just a picture. A picture can tell 1,000 words or stories or whatever the saying is. It doesn't actually mean that is what really is going on behind closed doors. Someone smiling on a picture does not mean really that they might not be happy behind closed doors. I'm not saying everybody is, but I'm just saying, behind closed doors, you don't know what's going on. It's Hollywood, the actors, people. They are actors, very good actors, as we know. So they can act, and they can act to be a nice person as well. 27th, and every planet in the solar system is going to be. Yeah, is it when they're supposed to line up and everything? And then I believe like that's sort of saying as if it was all evil and we never woke up, it'll stay evil for so many thousands of hundreds of years. But if it's good and everyone's waking up, it'll stay good. The evil will probably creep in again at some other time, in the universal law or whatever it is. But yeah, Jimmy Carter is a peanut. Yes, he is. Could all this be the deadly wound the beast receives in... Well, thank you, Stephanie Brown. Yeah, Eclipse Blood. It's on Friday, I believe, isn't it? So I'm assuming we'll all see it. There seems to be served head. Oh, yeah. It's a Buddha. Yes. Oh. But I don't know what you think on all the JFK Jr. thing, but like I said, you've got to research, guys. Other people going, oh, no, it's not Q, but it's interesting. Like I said, it's all in Q posts. Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, and is it Vance Vaughn? I can't say that name. It's just exciting, but it is in the Q post for those of you who are not looking back and not checking and not doing the trip code things that you can put in stuff. Yeah, I'm going off in a bit. I've just done the whole thing, so you'll have to go back to the beginning. It's all in the Q post. I've just said at the beginning what the connections were of it. Connect the dots. We've just been told, in post, well, not just been told, in 1682, who has it all? Topics stated in the past. Well, quite a lot of topics stated in the past is on JFK Jr. and JFK. Future, big meaning. Big meaning, big meaning. Repeats, important. Think Twitter. Those awake, see. Those asleep, blind. Push for rebirth. Pennsylvania adds up to resurrection. Who was in Pennsylvania? Who's 58 in November? All adds up on the number plate of the Trumpmobile. So, well, you never know. Like I said, if it all comes out and it's not what I've been discussing, and a lot of other people on YouTube are discussing this on Twitter and everything, then hey ho, we've had an exciting time trying to debunk what we thought. Well, not debunk. We're trying to bring out proofs what we thought were right, and it's been a good time. But like I said, POTUS is still going to bring the files out about JFK because it's all connected. Oh, are you? Whoop, whoop. So, yeah, and all I can say, at least I tried. At least I was researching because that's what Q told us to do. Q learned us how to question everything and research, not just sit there going, oh, I don't believe it. Well, have you researched, or are you just sitting on other channels waiting for something to drop? How many people do you know who know of Q? Well, in the UK, I know one who's on YouTube on a channel I go to, but there might be a few I don't know. I've woke a few people up. There's people on here from the UK that I've woke up. I haven't got a clue. Not all America are awake yet, so it's hard, but there's gonna be no not seeing it soon because big things are dropping and it's all coming out for the world to see. So it's just helped it get out more. Q was there to help us question everything. It's what it stands for. Question everything and research. There's no point sitting there if you're saying you're a Q follower and you're just sitting on other channels, which I do. You need to find out what they're doing. They're great, but you've got to research as well. He told us not. He told us to research, getting you to know how to research, to look at the signs, the numerology, the things they put out there. So if you're somewhere or you do watch telly, because I don't watch telly anymore, you can see it in videos, you can see it in films, it's in books, it's in your kids' cartoons. People, they put stuff out there in your kids' cartoons, subliminally. Can't say it. They've even got cartoons out there with transgender things, and I don't mean that against transgender. I'm saying they're pumping all this stuff out there to make things normalised. They're trying to normalise us. They've been trying to normalise us with paedophilia. The stupid witch of a judge, I can't remember what her name is, looks like a witch as well, was asking for the sex of children to be lowered to 12. Excuse me? And then what would they have done? Lowered it to what? 5? Excuse me? If you think that's right, you're sick in the head, because it isn't right, right? It isn't right. So, yep, and that's what Q said. Their symbolism will be their downfall, big time. That's where they've gone wrong with stuff. So I'm going to go now, because I said I was going to have a day off this and I haven't again. So, but I am having a girls' bit of a party weekend. So that'll be good. So I won't be posting then, obviously. But I think big things are going to happen now from now, because obviously Q's back on the scene. So people will be happy, the ones who don't really want to research will be happy. Yeah. Yes, the Buddha is my friend. So yeah, thumbs up, people, because it helps with the what they call the algorithms or whatever. And just do the research. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. It's just fun looking at this and researching. It's helping me to be good at researching anyway. Just to be looking at things and finding things, and it's quite fun when you find something and you think it's connected. But there you go. So thank you. So I shall see you soon. As you know, I try to have a day off, but I don't. And yeah, I might pop over to Soapbox to see what's going on over there, because they are doing a good job, with the other stuff, Obama and Hillary and all the blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff. But I'm just stuck on the JFK Jr. thing at the minute. Like I said, if it all comes out and I'm totally wrong, I will say I'm totally wrong. But I do believe it is about the Kennedys. Something's about the Kennedys, even if it's a file being opened up by POTUS to put out, because it'll just blow the MSM out of the water. So, yep. Well, I do believe, because if you've been watching my videos, I've been doing a lot of digging on it. So I shall see you soon. Bye.